How is this useful in a modern first world society? Unless you're racist or suicidal. I'm both. Subscribe and leave a comment to see your face in the next video. What conspiracy theory do you believe in the most? I think some memes are started by businesses as a form of free advertising. The recent Duolingo memes got me thinking more about it. Duolingo wasn't a small app at the time, but it became a lot more popular after the fact. There have been other memes revolving around a particular product/brand as well that make me think this is happening on a strategic level beyond some kid thinking it'd be hella funny to do this or that. I'm pretty sure this was happened with the movie Bird Box. It was all over Twitter and other social media before I even heard anything about it from Netflix. That's just a well-made marketing campaign. All those DNA ancestor sites are giving the government your DNA for their record. I mean, that's literally how they caught the Golden State Killer, like 30 years later. Just got another dude, also from Sacramento, for a series of rapes in the 90s via the same method last week. Oh yeah, apparently every serial violent criminal from the 90s is hiding away here in Sacramento. I believe that the government probably makes some conspiracy theories to try to make questioning the government seem somewhat crazy. I heard this recently about reptilians. Yeah, there's no such thing as reptilian aliens running our government and business. My lizard. Yes, you are correct, human friend. Now I must topple a government. I mean, eat this fly. Coca-Cola tested HFCS in place of sugar and found that, while the taste was similar, people could tell the difference. They brought out new Coke to cleanse people's palates and waited until as much of the original formula products had been sold as they could. Then they cancelled new Coke and brought back Coke Classic, which was the HCFS version, and people didn't have any original stuff left to compare it to. The only reason they made new Coke was to act as a buffer, so people wouldn't notice the change in ingredients. Marshmello doesn't actually produce his own music. My biggest piece of evidence is the creator arcade videos. He speaks and navigates Ableton like someone with only a basic knowledge of music production. He does everything number by number. Producers don't do that. You can't just instantly know that sound needs a boost of exactly 1 dB at exactly 1.2 kHz without even listening to the sound first. He randomly pauses every now and then, presumably to be fed lines, and he seems to lack even a basic understanding of music theory, recreating MIDI by randomly clicking in notes with no regard for the key of the song. Someone with the level of skill he demonstrates should not be capable of making radio quality hits. His song Friends with Anne Mary is literally just a stock beat he got from a stock website. He just added the kick. Disney released Frozen so that it would be the top result when searching Disney Frozen, and not anything about Walt's head being cryogenically frozen in the Disney theme park. I don't know how likely that is, on either count actually. Just like the Anim Free was named so they could get promotion from all the kids searching free MM. 2. Related to the US military, the US government pushed high school football on kids to get them in shape during the Cold War. The US government doesn't have free tuition for colleges due to many members of the military joining specifically to get college paid for. It would massively decrease the enlisted count. Something fucking weird is happening with YouTube Kids. I totally agree. Who the hell sits down at their computer and says I'll make a children's animation about Mickey Mouse chopping off Elsa's head, and then posts it on YouTube and has it targeted at kids? If it's for ad revenue, then they could put in way less effort for the same payoff, because kids will watch anything. Like those unboxing videos that I'm pretty sure toy companies promote because kids of cord cutters aren't seeing commercials anymore. There's a theory that they're completely made by AI. There's hours upon hours of content pumped out every day from single YouTube channels that would require a huge staff and budget to be made by humans. There's tons of these channels, and even with the ad revenue and view count from these videos, there's no way it would be profitable. So when you have these channels producing hours and hours of content every single day for years on end, someone has to make money or a goal has to be achieved to explain how it's still happening, and it leads us to two conclusions. A foreign government has funded multiple teams of writers, animators, artists, etc. all working together hemorrhaging money to have an effect on the kids watching the videos. essentially brainwashing / mind control, etc. through years and years of repetitive stimuli, or AI-driven algorithms creating crude animations and plots over hot topics / searches / characters that are designed specifically to appeal to young impressionable children and work the YouTube suggested video and autoplay algorithms in order to farm views and in turn, ad revenue. Much less overhead on this one. You only have to pay for service / computer expenses. I would say Mattress Firm, but that shit is so 2018. There's a great breakdown of this conspiracy on YouTube. Basically the Mattress Firm across the street from a Mattress Firm used to be owned by a competing company, was bought up and converted. Unlike something like a restaurant, mattress stores don't need heavy traffic to operate at a profit. People go to the mattress store when they need a mattress, not because they feel like it, so the locations are pretty cheap. So the conspiracy is that a company bought out their competition? No, the conspiracy is that Mattress Firm is a money laundering scheme. You guys remember the end of the world theory that the rapture would happen on May 21st, 2011? Macho Man Randy Savage died on May 20th, 2011. Basically Macho Man Randy Savage died to save humanity, shouldering all of our sins. That the 2016 clowns were a marketing rouse to promote it, the movie, by reminding people that clowns are scary as shit. Man, I forgot about that whole clown thing. 2016 was a wild year. The clown thing, the election meant, Haram. God, those were the days. That our phones are always recording, at least audio, to target advertising of course, but more secret agent things as well. My mother-in-law talking at dinner about how hard it is to train for a marathon, now that she is over the age of 55. I get ads all over Reddit / Google / whatever that read over 50 and a runner. Check out this random product. Within 4 hours of the conversation, I know there was a bunch of stuff about this, but I think every company denied it. Could be wrong though. I remember a couple years back I had a pain in the back of my mouth and went to the school nurse and told her I thought it was my wisdom teeth coming in. It was. A couple minutes later, my Instagram Explore page had a bunch of stuff about wisdom teeth removal. I was talking to my mom the other day about getting a present for someone leaving our office. My mom and I work in the same office, and we decided on naming a star after them. Opened up my phone and instantly saw an ad for the star naming site. I literally listed the suggested. To this day my weirdest experience in this was over Christmas. My mom got my mother-in-law Omaha steaks as a gift. I called my mother-in-law to make sure she got it and said how much she loves Omaha steaks. I get off the phone and open Facebook and the first immediate ad was for Omaha steaks. The art world is basically a low-key way for rich people and companies to launder money, which is why the stupidest most odd of paintings randomly go for hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't think that's a conspiracy theory so much as it is straight up reality. The very wealthy, like generationally wealthy, are known to put their money in art because it can't be taxed the same way and it generally appreciates rather than depreciates. There are only so many Monuts and Berninus, but if you can spin a good story any Joe Schmo can be the next Warhol. Yes, I'm a poor Philistine. There's a recent increase in realistic space colonization movies to garner interest in space exploration because some people at the top know it's needed. It's actually probably so very wealthy people can get funding and support from us average losers so they can abandon the planet as soon as possible while we suffer all the shit that was most likely caused by them. People at the top don't give a shit about you and I. We can sit on the planet and pay for oxygen as we slowly die from cancer or W/E. They want to get off the planet. Josh from work stole my sandwich from the fridge. Even though he was off that day, he stole it because he was off. He has a good alibi and your sandwich. Michael Jordan didn't decide to step away from the NBA to play baseball, to honor his dad or anything like that. He got caught gambling, and David Stern couldn't allow the league to lose all credibility with its biggest star being suspended for betting on games. He had him take a couple years off instead of publicly punishing him. There was a good doc on Netflix that went into detail about it. It's about the ref who would throw games and Michael accidentally got caught up in it when the FBI intercepted a phone conversation. All the UFO sightings throughout history are just humans from the future on a time traveling safari meant to observe how we were in the past. They are supposed to keep out of sight, but because of human/mechanical errors there have been hiccups with their cloaking which have resulted in being seen. That's why there have always been so many reports of them throughout history, but there has never been an attack. It's just us. Also the reason why we don't see as many examples of UFOs now even through pretty much everyone has a camera is because people are not that interested in this time period since we already document aspects of human life all the time. I dunno man. If I were a time traveler I'd visit ancient Egypt or the JFK's assassination and not fly around getting my stupid ass photographed in bumfuck Tennessee in 1981.